Alright guys, so we're finally getting to take a look at the brand new ZAMASU. I'm a bit late here, but your boy saw Endgame and I was, just thinking about that for like 6 hours straight the other day. So that put me behind on some stuff. But this ZAMASU is very, very good. Today, of course, we're going to take a look at him at 55%. Now, I do actually have all dupes, so I got to tell a quick story, because anymore, I don't really like to do off-camera summons, but I did that top grossing video, right, where I pulled, it was like 5 Turleses and like 400 stones or something like that, and then I did another video, got completely wrecked, got another Turles, and the video ended, and I was like, F this, I'm gonna do one more multi, and it actually had ZAMASU in it. So there we go. This was that multi right here, directly after that last summon video I recorded. Not the collab with Jinro. So I did the top grossing video, I did a summon video, then after that video I did one multi, got this ZAMASU, and then when I was summoning with Jinro, I had already gotten this last copy of ZAMASU. So that's kind of how things fit in the Truth DT timeline. But anyway, let's go ahead and Dokkan Awaken this guy. One thing I'll say that it's just, here we go again. The events are so insanely easy. It's insanity to me just how mediocre the difficulty is in these new events, especially because the special links, it's a joke. Int Goku Black is doing 4 million damage crits. Just insanity, right? So, okay, I'll go ahead and level ZAMASU up, and then we'll get to testing him out on a couple of these teams here. Alright, guys, so here we are on the Potara team, right? Now, here's the thing about both the Trunks and ZAMASU that's going to be very interesting about them, is that both of them are on a number of really good category teams, right? If we look at the, ZAMASU, the MERGED ZAMASU card, he's on Realm of Gods, Potara, Future, which I think got a catastrophic buff from, the upgrade from Future Gohan to Trunks is huge. So that Future team is now, disgusting. I'm really excited to use that team. And especially, with that Mai that was just added, and then, the SDR base form Goku Black that was added. There's just, the Future and Time Traveler teams just got such massive buffs by SCR Goku Black, and then now this update. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that works. And then, of course, they're on Time Travelers, they're on Transformation Boost. Things are looking real good for a lot of these teams. Now, I was really hoping that Trunks would be a Hybrid Saiyan leader. I think that would have been a little bit more necessary. But, he did make the Future team a lot better by becoming a better leader than what Future Gohan is. All right, so, okay, that's not bad. ZAMASU, 55% is at 1 million. That's without transforming. That's quite good. Because ZAMASU is only getting a 100% attack buff right now. The other thing he does is he reduces damage by 40%, which is really good. Now, when I first used him, he was Rainbow, and he's incredible, right? Then, when I used him, I can't remember what it was. Was it when we were doing the Trunks event or something like that? And he was taking a little bit more damage than I would have liked. I was like, wow, I kind of wish this, I kind of wish ZAMASU was not taking as much damage right here. But I think once ZAMASU has dupes in him, or if he's rainbowed, I think he's going to be really good. His defense will be able to cut it. Now, I'm curious, ZAMASU's defense is just a shade under 12,000. That's that's really good. That's the thing about both this Trunks and ZAMASU. I believe they might have the best stats of any, non-EZA TUR. this is a thing I could check. I using DBZ space, I could sort of see the average, but oh yeah, they're stat. They have the highest stats of any TUR. ZAMASU and Trunks. Of course, that's combining all their stats together, right, to basically create an average. But they have LR levels of power. Trunks has 12,000 defense. ZAMASU basically has 12,000 defense. They both basically have 17,000 attack. It's just really good. And of course, we have the fusion into MERGED ZAMASU, which is going to happen. Remember, it happens on the 3rd turn. So if ZAMASU starts out in the 7th slot, he will immediately transform. That's good. So it works just like transforming Goku and Vegeta. That is how to do the transformation mechanic correctly. So, like, already, bam, now we're on Merge Zamasu. Now, it's not a giant buff when he becomes Merge Zamasu, but he does now give himself Ki. He gets 120% attack now instead of, 100. He still reduces damage received by 40%, and now he recovers 10% HP, whereas he recovers 7% in just his normal Zamasu form. So, looking pretty good. Definitely not bad at all. So let's go ahead and see how our boy Zamasu. I'm very curious, mainly how he's going to fare defensively. Okay, so yeah, nothing. That's with damage reduction. Damage reduction obviously is going to play a lot better for Super Battle Road. And also, I really love this super attack, by the way. That's, you know, the little portals, you know, that kind of like Janemba type thing. That's a big thing Zamasu does in the manga. So, you know, that's good. Well, I mean, I guess really... Evolution Blue Vegeta, well, not his actual transformed Evolution Blue version, which does the Final Flash from episode, what was it, 123 of Dragon Ball Super or something like that. But his regular blue version uses the Gamma Burst Flash, which of course is a move that Vegeta uses in the manga. So it's not the first time Dokkan has taken something from the manga, but hopefully it's not the last, and hopefully they give us like the, you know, Super Saiyan Goku Black, not Rose, but just the regular Super Saiyan Goku Black. That would be really cool. That would really help buff the Potara team, Future team, Time Traveler team, giving us another really interesting Goku Black card. I think they easily could do a dual Dokkan Fest of giving us the Super Saiyan Goku Black, and then either maybe like the shirtless Merge Zamasu from that arc, the blue Goku that uses Hakai, or maybe a Dokkan Fest exclusive Super Saiyan God Vegeta. I think all of those could be possible as like a manga, like dual Dokkan Fest. Like that is definitely something that Dokkan does need to look into doing, right? Okay, so now we're gonna move to the final sort of phase here. Now this is interesting because now the turn after Zamasu has... Wait, this Goku stuns, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. Okay, so we're going to do this. I don't want Zamasu to get stunned, so we'll have Rose in the first spot. Now, Rose, of course, I would like him to super attack as well, because he'll give Zamasu a little bit of extra attacking power. And this basically right here is going to have Zamasu with all of his relevant attack links active. So he's got Nightmare, Godly Power, Fierce Battle, except for Big Bad Bosses. But if Goku supers once or twice on Rose, we might be able to activate Big Bad Bosses for Zamasu. So now let's go ahead and use Zamasu's active skill. Let's go ahead and see how this works right here. Alright, so now that Zamasu is in his sort of, you know, fused state, now he gives himself 4 Ki, and he gets a 280% attack buff, which is obviously just absolutely disgustingly crazy. His damage reduction drops down to 20%, so he can still reduce a little bit of damage, but now in this form, he is going to be able to get hit kind of hard, you know, depending upon, you know, what is going to be actually attacking him. So, you know, you might want to be careful when utilizing this in Super Battle Road. You know, make sure to use this when you're pretty sure that Zamasu can finish the enemy off. And then he also disables enemy guard, which is mostly pointless, I think. And then he lowers superclass allies attack by 10%, which is annoying, but it's not a game breaker by any means for this Zamasu. So let's go ahead and see what our boy Zamasu is going to do against this Kid Goku right here. What number he'll be able to get to at 55% in the dupe system. All right, so Kid Goku is super attacking. Hopefully he does not stun Rose, because Rose will be able to give a little bit of an attack. Okay, he did stun him. And we don't have Big Bad Bosses either. Okay, so 2.84 million. That's without Big Bad Bosses. That's 55% in the dupe system. 280% attack buff, right? So obviously, you know, if we had gotten like another support type unit, like if I used SCR Goku Black in that spot, I think Zamasu probably would have been able to get a higher attack stat, because I gotta imagine the SCR Goku Black would still have, you know, Nightmare, Big Bad Bosses, plus then he would give the 40% to Merge Zamasu, right? So that would be very, very good. All right, so we're not going to look at ZAMASU in the future team yet. I got to awaken Trunks first, then we'll look at ZAMASU in the future team. We're going to go ahead and move over to the Realm of Gods team now, ZAMASU's own team, and see what he's capable of doing over there. Then, of course, you know, there's like the Transformation Boost team and Time Travelers. I'll probably look at them in a separate video. So for today, we're going to look at ZAMASU on Potara and then also on Realm of Gods. Alright guys, so now we're over here on Merged ZAMASU, you know, ZAMASU, whatever you want to call it, his team, which is the new Realm of Gods team. Now, just, you know, for the showcase, I basically have gone, like, full, you know, Goku Black family, basically, with, you know, Kid Buu. Now, this is the reason why both ZAMASU and Trunks are, like, just absurd, is because not only are they 170% leader to their respective categories, right? ZAMASU for Realm of Gods, and then Trunks for Future, but they also give Extreme Class and Super Class 120%. You know, ZAMASU Extreme Class, Trunks Super Class. So they're essentially like way upgraded versions of transforming Goku and Frieza, like big time. That, you know, transforming Goku and Frieza, their leader skill is like ZAMASU and Trunks' secondary leader skill. And units can perform very well at 120%. So, you know, that's why we got Kid Buu on here. The 50% attack buff that he gives is going to be very good for units like ZAMASU. And here's the other thing, like, you know, all these units on this Realm of Gods team now are just going to hit even harder. Like, you know, UI, like, look at that, 1.39 million. That's very good. That's, again, that's 55%. I brought a friend 55% ZAMASU as well. So, you know, they're able to put up these numbers at only 55%. You know, I'm going to be very curious to see, like, what ZAMASU, like, when we can really build him up. I imagine Merged ZAMASU's best rotation is probably STR Goku Black, then Merged ZAMASU, and then Kid Buu. But you want to make sure you get into the turn above 80% HP to activate Kid Buu's passive, and then you want to make sure to get supered so then you activate Big Bad Bosses. That would be the way to activate, you know, the sort of best attack set for ZAMASU. So I'm probably going to keep STR Goku Black here on this rotation. Again, you know, if you guys did not, you know, catch it, but when STR Goku Black came out, I was telling people, yeah, you know, I think he's the best, you know, World Tournament Reward card in the game. Like, I think he is the best one because he's going to really make, you know, like Goku Black units and stuff like that look a lot better. And here we are, where like a brand new, you know, ZAMASU, Merged ZAMASU came out, where it's actually important that this STR Goku Black is around. Like, he's going to work really well with all these units. A lot, like, you know, so much so that, like, right now I'm using him over, you know, even the Int Goku Black, who I have rainbowed, who's a decent unit, but he's not going to be as useful to this team as the SCR Goku Black is going to be. Also, Physical Goku Black, I'm probably going to do a video on him very soon because, you know, it is announced that he is going to get his EZA, so we'll take a look at him rainbowed right now in JP, and I predict that he's probably going to end up taking a lot of that global stuff in his new upgraded passive, right? Like, I do think we're going to see him getting... Oh, wait, actually, you know what? I do want to keep SCR Rose on this rotation, so hold on. Alright, so this time we are going to keep SCR Goku Black on the rotation because I do want, you know, for him to be able to go first and give us that extra attack modifier. Alright, so this was Merged ZAMASU at about, you know, 1.3 million. Again, you know, he does share most relevant attack links with, like, a lot of the other Goku Black units. Really, except for Godly Power, right? Like, if you want to get Godly Power, that's... Because the base form Goku Blacks don't have Godly Power, right? Let me actually quickly double-check that. Because I know Godly Power, that's basically what we'll get from, like, AGL West Kai, or the Supreme Opie of Time. Yeah, the Goku Blacks do not have Godly Power. Okay. Alright, so now we have the other Merged ZAMASU, who went ahead and fused. This is going to be a really good rotation for this Merged ZAMASU right here. I'm going to go ahead and push Kid Buu off rotation like that. So we'll have Goku Black go first. Goku Black is actually going to work kind of good with this Merged ZAMASU too, because remember, Merged ZAMASU does reduce damage, but he doesn't have a defensive buff, which, you know, I'm not completely sure how I feel about that. Yeah, I want to test him out some more, but enemies that can, 1.87, not bad. Enemies that can have their attack lowered, you know, Goku Black is going to make Merged Zamasu tank a little bit easier, which is going to be very, very nice. Obviously, this Vegeta can have his attack lowered, and that's, you know, the case there. So Merged Zamasu not taking anything, and then here's Kid Buu. So not bad, not bad. I'm not really too upset with what I'm seeing. I am... Oh, I was thinking I wouldn't use Merged Zamasu's active skill here, but I guess it doesn't matter, huh? Yeah, we can go ahead and do it. Yeah, sure. Let's just go ahead and knock out his active skill. And I'm going to be very curious to see, like, I want to keep him in the front spot and see maybe if Vegeta will now start damaging Zamasu because of the fact that he loses 20% of his damage reduction. It's going to be, you know, interesting to see exactly how that's going to work. So, let's see. Let's see. I don't have SCR Goku Black going first, by the way, because he would finish Vegeta off. That's the reason why, too. So, yeah, okay, he's still taking double digits at 55%, and then he's up to 2.3 million. So, this Zamasu is going to be hitting very, very hard, even without dupes. I do think Zamasu is probably more in need of dupes than Trunks, though. Because Trunks, you know, like, at his transform state is at 120% attack and defense, which is really good. And then he'll slowly build up. And then if you want to use his active skill, then he becomes like a crazy nuker, right? So it's sort of interesting the way that works out. We will go ahead and bust out Zamasu's active skill. Now, I think I'm going to use a Ghost Usher here or a Princess Snake because I want to ensure that we're at above 80% HP going into that next turn where we've got, you know, physical Kid Buu. Hopefully we can get super attacked as well, several, like, you know, and activate Big Bad Bosses, but it's just, Big Bad Bosses is not something you're going to easily be able to activate on this type of team. Like, there's so much healing, these units are just so powerful. I'm going to use Princess Snake. That way, if I get supered, I'll still take a little bit of damage. So we should... that'll be easier for us to potentially get Big Bad Bosses. So that's why I'll do that instead of a Ghost Usher. We'll see how this works out. I really do want Vegeta to super LR Goku Black, though, so that we can actually, like, sustain a little bit of damage. Because I don't think even one super attack on SCR Rose in the next turn is going to be enough for us to activate Big Bad Bosses. And then Vegeta super attacking the SCR Goku Black is probably not going to do enough damage either. So here we are where, you know, the team and the units are now, like, so strong that it's... Big Bad Bosses is something that can be kind of hard to activate at will. Like, you know, you kind of just have to let that happen. So I did not need to use an item here after all. This is not going to do very much. Yeah, only 23k. That's nothing. And look at... Oh, I can't even have... I can't have SCR Rose go first. Damn. Okay, well... I mean, here's the thing. Merged Zamasu will take more damage than SCR Rose, so let's see how this will work out. If Vegeta supers Merged Zamasu, we probably will get Big Bad Bosses here, actually, so he didn't. All right, well, there it is. And then he's up to 2.6 million, so not bad, not bad. Merged Zamasu, I think, is definitely a fine unit. Now, once we get him rainbowed, of course, these numbers are going to get, like, way, way out of hand. Like, at that point, Merged Zamasu is going to be just absolutely doing craziness. So, all right, at this point, let's go ahead and take a look at what our boy Zamasu is capable of doing. All of his transformations, all of his abilities. There's a lot to this card. All right, guys, so this guy right here, this is true power of the gods Zamasu. So, his leader skill is Realm of Gods 3 key, 170% to HP and attack, and then he gives 130% to defense. And then he also gives Extreme Class 3 key and 120% to stats. Now, I think this probably is the best leader skill in the game. So that's something that makes Zamasu just very, very good. Very important. It's just how powerful this team is going to be. Remember, you know, things like LR UI Goku, LR Jiren, LR Evolution Blue Vegeta all would be on this team right here. So this Zamasu is very important. Now, his super attack is the Fierce God Arrow, which does immense damage and greatly lowers defense. So, you know, not really a fan of the greatly lower defense, but he did do, you know, over 1 million, even at 55%. His passive skill, God's Sorrow, gives him 100% attack, and he reduces damage received by 40%, and he also recovers 7% HP whenever HP is 70% or below, and then he performs a Potara fusion when conditions are met. His links are Power Bestowed by God, Cold Judgment, Prodigies, Godly Power, Dismal Future, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. So he's got good links. 12K multiplier is 150%. And then he is on several very good category teams, right? So here he is over here on the Realm of Gods team, which, I mean, that's really up there as one of the top teams now. He's on Potara, so that's a nice little buff for the Potara team. You know, finally getting some fresh blood over there. He is also on the Future team, which also got a huge buff by the upgrade in leader skill to go from Future Gohan to Trunks is huge. He's on the Time Travelers team, which is just such a crazy team now with, you know, these level of new units added to it. And then finally, he is on the Transformation Boost or Enhanced Transformation team, which, you know, now all these transforming units are on here, just a nutso team. So, after the third turn, Zamasu then fuses into Merge Zamasu. So again, it just has to be the third turn of the battle or later. That's the only thing that matters. So if Zamasu is in the 7th slot at the start of battle, he will immediately transform. He won't even have one turn as normal Zamasu, which is very good. That is how the fusion mechanic can be done correctly. So his super attack changes to the Lightning of Absolution, which does immense damage and still greatly lowers defense, so nothing too crazy there. His passive skill becomes Power of Light, which gives him 2 ki and 120% attack. He reduces damage by 40%, and now he recovers 10% HP whenever HP is 80% or below. Now, see, the HP regeneration is not too crazy, but when you combine this with, like, LR Goku Black, then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, you're going to have a lot of healing going on. That's going to be really, really nice. His active skill is Grotesque God, which, you know, he can use to transform into, you know, the, like, grotesque or corrupted version of Merge Zamasu, the purple Bukkake monster version. You can do that on the turn after he fuses whenever you want to. His links are mostly the same, but he gains Nightmare, Fuse Fighter, and Big Bad Bosses in terms of, like, it replaced by Power Bestowed by God, Cold Judgment, and Prodigy. So those three turn into Nightmare, Fuse Fighter, and Big Bad Bosses. Better links, so that is good for him. No change in 12P multiplier categories, anything like that. Then, of course, again, the following turn, you could use his active skill and you transform into his, you know, Merge Zamasu corrupted version, the big purple arm. You know, leader skill, links do not change, category doesn't change, 12P multiplier doesn't change. Just his super attack and his passive now at this point. So his super attack becomes the God Hammer, which does immense damage and massively lowers defense. I do think massively might be at a point where it actually can give you a little bit of an extra damage buff if the unit can have their defense lowered, because massively is basically taking that pretty much down to 0. So that could be useful. I'll have to test that out a little bit more. Now his passive skill becomes A World Forever Purified. Now he gets 4 ki and a 280% attack buff. He reduces damage received by 20%, he disables enemy guard, and he lowers superclass allies' attack by 10%. Oh, I guess, that's a bit of a shame that it's not superclass allies and superclass enemies. I think that one, it might have been a little bit better of a passive for him to have, but there we go. There is this unit, definitely a real beast of a unit. I think he's very good. He's definitely in the discussion for, like, top 3, top 4 TURs. Like, pretty much solely based on his leader skill. Again, his leader skill is, I would say, probably the best in the game. But just, like, him as a unit, too, is very, very good. I think I probably would still put Khalifa and Kale. Their TUR is the best TUR in the game. Like, I'm sorry, that's just how it is. But, like, Trunks, Zamasu, Gogeta, the 3 of them are right behind. I want to see, like, more of Trunks and Zamasu at 100% before I could really make my decision. I might do a top 10 TURs after I use these units rainbowed for a little bit, so we'll see. But, alright guys, we'll go ahead and end there. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.